Hey guys, Tim here, and just doing some questing right now. I guess this is an update video for you guys. Yeah, I've been power leveling. Even my friends are noticing. It's kind of been crazy. I went from level 80 to 99 in like 2 weeks, which is pretty intense. Kind of no life did. I don't know if I'm proud of it, but I don't know. I'm just gonna, get that level 100, get those level 100 stabs, and then get right into PvP. And hopefully, now that it's been like what 2 years, I'll be able to beat people in the arena and get like warlord or something. That'd be cool. But I mean, I really just wanna hit the arena and try it out. I mean, I have to say, it's like, the arena's changed, like, okay, well, I wasn't really that, great when I used to make commentaries like 2 years ago. I was gonna say back in the day, but it's only 2 years, which is, for someone, you could be back in the day. But yeah, I wasn't that great, but I mean, it was like my stats at the time, they weren't fantastic, especially with that resist. But I like my critical block was like, I had to say, like, decent, like almost, like, I don't know, anything over 100 at that time. Critical block was fine. Critical I didn't even care about because I didn't think it was like that important, and so I kept that at like 100, like 11 or something like that, which is actually horrible. And like, my damage was, it was a little over the average because I had my pet, and then, like, all I did was focus on my healing, and like my resist was bad because I didn't have a spellbook pet. So but like, and then back then it was more just like focusing on damage, definitely resist, and like, because guys with like a lot of resist, like the ices and stuff, were important, and maybe some pierce, but there wasn't really anything to pierce it with unless you had like that 10% like fire spear. And then I use TC infal once in a while to get through that, but I mean, that's only 30%, and then that's already 2 turns, right? Whereas they could just shield, and then you're there goes your 30%, and you got a 70% fire shield. So, but now, I mean, now they got Shrike to like settle that. And what happened was, I was actually doing some practice matches in practice PvP, and I fought this ice level 100 Exalted, and she was like captain, so it's not warlord, but she was captain, and I got first, right? So I was like, oh god, she's gonna have that fire immunity, and thank god she didn't. But because, like, I mean, there's more things to focus on now, so that's why people aren't all immune. Like, people rather get critical block than be fully immune, so that's pretty cool. But anyway, so she wasn't immune, but she did have like 80 resist. Like, she had like 85 resist, 75 storm, and then like not 60, like maybe 6. I don't remember the other ones, but the fire and the storm were high, and I have 2 converts, but I was like, you know what? I don't know why I say converts. It's convert. But what I did instead, I just shriked with the infal, and like, I don't think I even needed the infal. I mean, 1 head count, and she was like almost dead, and then I just used this like sunbird, and then I was like, I mean, it's pretty amazing once you put that Shrike on. I mean, your damage is just like it's like, it looks regular, but it's actually a little bit more too, because it gives you that 10 damage on top of the pierce. So yeah, so yeah, resist isn't that much of a big deal anymore. It's more about critical and critical block. So especially with all this new Hades gear and stuff, and yeah, because I mean, Shrike just gets rid of resist, I mean, after a while. I mean, and then everyone's got armor piercing and stuff in the stats, so I mean, is it even worth to get that like high resist with that double proof and all that? So nowadays, what's like everyone's gear is just like, everyone has like 10, 20 resist, or even 30. 30 is like kind of high unless you're ice, and then everything else is like, and then everyone just cares about the critical and stuff. So, oh, what's this guy? Ice. Okay, life ball. So, let me just show you guys my stats real quick. 84 damage is not bad. I kind of want to get that a little bit higher with training my pet to get a double damage, like a fire damage and a regular universal. I'm not that good with pets, so like, stay with me, guys. Resist, I actually think it's okay. Not 40 resist is pretty good for these schools, especially since I will fight the fire and storm the most. Maybe I get approved, that'd be good. And then accuracy is always great. 20%, I actually never fizzle, so that's pretty good. 378 critical. So I'm using my questing wand right now. What I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna buy crown packs until I get the Tiki Torch, and so I can get 90 critical and 90 blocks. So I'll have 300 critical. I have like 300 something critical, so which is fine for me. And then I'll have 200 block. So it's not that great. I mean, I'd rather have 300 block, 300 critical, but I mean, we're getting there, right? I'll probably get that Hades gear for higher block or something. Or maybe I'll get Hades gear for higher critical, and then just get like one of those like high block wands. So healing in and out, I really don't care anymore. I used to care. I used to have like 90% healing in and out, but now it's not that important. Power pips, 70%. I wish I had higher, because like usually I would say anything over 60% is fine, but recently I've been getting a lot of white pips, and I've changed my strategy a bit, so that really those power pips really help. So let me just gotta fight this boss here. Alright, that looks good. So, so most of my gear right now I'm wearing is crafted. I know a lot of people prefer Hades gear instead. I mean, so far I've been looking at the stats, and I mean they're good, but they're not that much of an improvement from the crafted. And I'm mostly saying that just because from like the 10 Hades runs I've gotten nothing. But I mean, you know, I've put in the work, got the crafted gear, and just for like a little bit more resist. But you also lose like other stuff, like you lose like damage, and you know, I don't know if that's worth it that much. I might my robe right now is still the Azteca, because of the robe of Starfire that you get from Chrysalis. They're good, but they you lose. What do you lose? You lose something. You lose something pretty important. I forgot. But I mean, you gain like 2 damage. But I remember you lose something. I think I forgot. But I remember I was like, is it really that worth it? And plus, you need a bunch of stuff to get it. I need 2 Sun Serpent TC, which I've happened to not be able to find for some reason. Oh my god, it's gonna. Alright, the problem with the Hades one is that you have oh man, you have your fire is your only is your wand spell, so I can't just wand that off anymore. What were they talking about? I'm trying to think. Alright. Do I have any cleanse? I don't think I have any cleanse TC. That's what I was looking for. Alright. What are they talking about? Oh yeah, so what I was thinking was I might get the Unseen Cinders plate, which is the conservative Hades, what's it called? Conservative Hades plate, because it does give pretty good like resistance stuff, and yeah, it's pretty nice. But for now I think I'll just stick with this, and then I'll go on like farm Hades until I die. Because from all my friends, it's really hard to get the full gear, even though you see like every person on YouTube has like the full gear plus more and stuff. But I mean, in reality, come on, man, we don't have time for that. I mean, actually, I've been low-lifing this stuff, so I wouldn't say that. Alright, so Chrysalis has been pretty cool. I like the new world. I quit when level 80 was capped, so I didn't even finish Avalon at that point. I just kind of what was I gonna say? Sorry, I'm just like trying to think on the game at the same time. Like, yeah, when Avalon was still the top world, I didn't even do Ghost Avalon yet. So, what am I looking for? Oh yeah, I'm looking for Sharpened. So, what's it talking about? Sorry, I keep losing my train of thought, guys. It's pretty early in the morning. So, yeah, we're gonna get back into PvP soon. When I say soon, I mean like, give me like a day, or like 5 hours, just to bang out this extra 500k XP to get Exalted. Because in reality, like, I just want to get Exalted so I can get the wield new staves, which will be because staves are really important in your critical and critical block. Or I might just use the Hades one. I don't know. The problem with the Hades one is that, I mean, yeah, the critical's amazing, like, right? You know, I critical almost like every time, and most of the time it goes through, especially on like storms, other fires. But you know, when you're facing like an ice where it doesn't matter, then it's kind of a issue. Also, I mean, I'd rather have a balanced critical block because let me see, 4 times. Alright, I'll just use a rain. Make heal. So, oh, whoops. So, yeah, and then also I don't wanna. I mean, the main problem with me was that I just didn't. When I went to the arena for the first time, and you guys saw that too, I recorded it. Well, actually, no, well, that guy was my level, but then after that, I did record it, and I'll show it right now. I just faced a bunch of level 100s who have like no ranking, and when I say no ranking, I mean like 1 ranking. I mean 0 ranking because like they lost so many times, and they actually just destroyed me. I mean, at that point, strategy didn't become like a priority. I was mantling, I was weaknessing, I was shielding. But I mean, these guys just put up a strike, and then with that 300 critical, it's unstoppable, man. I mean, at that point, imagine you're like, you know, a warlord legendary and you're facing Exalted. I mean, I have to feel bad for you. I mean, there's ways you can block it and stuff with like convictions and stuff, but oh, I just didn't block that critical. But it was pretty hard for me. And also I couldn't find my convictions. Oh, that did a lot. Alright, how much? Alright, I could probably tank this out. Don't worry, guys. I'm not gonna die on while recording. Oh, I didn't hit? Alright, yeah, let me find a heal. I always have TC heals just in case when I'm soloing. Because, yeah, like now, I gotta do that. It's because I know that, yeah. It's because you know, just in case. I've been soloing most of Chrysalis because most of my friends finished it already, and then like what I do is I do the team up thing, which is a new thing that was pretty cool. But King's Isle. But I mean, usually people like log off, or I have to log off, and then I just never see those guys again. So yeah. Oh, what did happen? Now I get a shield. Wow. What did happen the other day, which was pretty cool, was that I met Kevin Battleblood, who is from TPC, and basically what's happening was he was streaming, and it was like what 3 a.m. and I was like, yo, there's only like 2 people watching, and I was one of them, so I was like, oh, there's that critical, hope it doesn't block. So I was like, yo, let me join in this, right? And it happened. I was like watching, I was like, wow, he's my level, right? And I was kind of like looking, I was like, he's in the same area, and I was like, huh, that's pretty cool. And then I just realized, I was like, wait a second, I'm like 2 quests behind him, and I was questing at the same time. So I was like, hey, you know, I'm basically on the same quest as you. And he's like, oh, you should join us, Tim. And like, I don't know why, I just like, that was like my fanboy moment at that. I was like, I didn't express it to him just because I was trying to play it cool, but I mean, come on, it's TBC, man. I mean, Kevin Battleblood, like, I remember I watched him when I was like 3 years ago, and he was one of the only people that uploaded. I mean, the people that uploaded back then were, let me think, TBC, Range Titan, I remember, who, by the way, gave me a shout out on one of his videos after I quit. So I never actually thanked him for this, but thank you for all that, even though it's been like a year since that happened. And Astral Shard. let me think. TBC, Range 10, Blaze Lifehammer, I think, still did it. I'm talking about commentary at this point, actually. Alexander Lionheart, he uploaded, but he didn't do commentary. I don't think so. He was cool. And then like Michael Storm, I think his name is Stormwraith, I forgot, but he just did a lot of solos and stuff, and he was cool. But I mean, now I've seen the YouTube scene has like expanded a lot. You know, there's a lot more. You know, there's I've seen a lot more PvPs. It's a lot of more commentaries. Like I remember I was on my YouTube, right, and not even this one. It was just like a random one, and like on my so, oh my god. So what happened was like I was kind of on our Wizard101 rule. I just wanted to check out this like new, you know, what's going on with like the new spells and stuff. See how PvP's gone, right? And I was like watching these commentators. I watched Zenmaster Blue at first, and then I watched, you know, Dakota Earthhorn, and I was like, damn, you know, these guys are actually like legit, and they have so many more subscribers now. I remember, I mean, Kevin was, I mean, he was great, but he only had like what 400, 1,000 subscribers, and somehow these guys have come to the top with 30,000. You know, I was like, damn. You know, this is an expanded community at this point. YouTube is not, you know, it used to be like Wizard101 used to be just like a side child. Like no one really watched that, but I mean now it's getting bigger, especially with you know, Zenmaster Blue is a great commentator, man. He's like the type of person you watch play like Slender and like laugh at them. No offense if he's watching this, but he's really funny, and you know, there was no one like that when I was making videos at that point. I mean, maybe Range 10, but I mean, no offense, but I mean, he's just like, these are different. I don't know, it's just like, you can't really compare them, but I'm just saying, like, there's a lot more variety, and people are getting into it, you know, which is surprising. I mean, so, I don't know, I kind of wanted to put in my 2 cents and start uploading a bit. They kind of inspired me. Also, because I didn't really see any fire. I guess maybe it could be just it's common, but also because I heard fire, everyone's saying that fire's like been dying, like in terms of their strength. Like I remember when there was only level 50 cap, the reason I picked fire was because it was so OP, like it was so good. But now that everyone's saying at this level 100, it's one of the worst. Like the best ones right now, I have to say, would probably be Storm's not even that good anymore. I mean, they got high critical, but it's so easy to beat them because they have so little health. I'd say Balance. Even Life is a little hard if they know what they're doing. Balance. Maybe Life. I'm trying to think one of the schools. Death is pretty good, but that's only if they know what they're doing. Like, most of this isn't if they know what they're doing, but sometimes sometimes people just don't know what the hell they're doing. They have the best stats, but they just are bad. Ice, I don't even know. I mean, Ice still could be good, especially, but I mean, Shrikes come and it's a different PvP. But I mean, I have to say, when 80, oh my god, when it was level 80, they were the best. Like, I wouldn't say like the best people were Ice PvPers. I'm just saying that for if I was like anyone that was Ice, like had an easier time getting to Warlord. Alright, so I think I'm gonna end the PvP commentary. I mean, not the PvP, the commentary here, and see you guys once I get level 100, and I'll start doing some PvP.